Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I am going to take you on an excursion at sea. An excursion at sea is a very early play written by Jules Verne. Not many people realize this. I didn't before I started looking into it for my project of reading everything by Jules Verne. But he started life as a playwright way before he wrote any of his novels. He wrote quite a lot of plays, and they were performed, and some of them were set to music, and they were popular. Now, they are a little bit difficult to get a hold of, especially translated into English. A lot of his early plays I can't get a hold of at this time in an English translation, so I've revised my Jules Verne bibliography to include all those plays. And the first two plays that he did, Alexander the Sixth and The Powder Conspiracy, I cannot get a hold of. I've looked around. I can't find anything except original French versions that will do me no good because I can't read French. So his third play, performed in 1848, is called An Excursion at Sea. And let me take a stab at the original French title. Une promenade en mer? Probably not correct. I probably murdered the pronunciation of that, but it's something like that. Once again, it was performed in 1848, well ahead of any of his novels, and it's a light comedy. In the play, you've got a private yacht, a bunch of people out sailing on the private yacht, and they spot a ship of smugglers trying to smuggle stuff out of England, smuggling it from England off to France. So some of the men on the yacht, they get into a boat and head over with the idea of taking over the smuggler ship and bringing them to justice. But things kind of go wrong, and the boat returns with the smugglers on, and the smugglers take over the yacht. There's the usual problems with something like this, that it's a play. It was meant to be performed. It was meant to be seen with actors and sets. This play, as far as I know, nobody is performing. And so I can't go and see it. I can't find a video on YouTube of a performance of this play. And of course the original was in French, and I'm encountering an English translation. So you have those things that kind of take away from your reading experience with this. If you understood the original French and you saw it performed in the original French on stage, it would probably be more enjoyable than it is reading it. But it isn't a bad read either. So since those of us who only read English, we only have the English translation in a book. And that's, if we want to enjoy it, that's how we have to enjoy it. You have no choice. So it wasn't it wasn't super incredibly funny, but it did have some good funny moments, and the rest of it was just kind of chuckles. It's not I don't think it's a great play, which is probably why it's not performed anymore, and why these are largely forgotten, is because as popular as they were in their day, they're just not the best examples of French plays around 1850. But it is still enjoyable. But I would only recommend that the Jules Verne completists seek this out. But if you want to read it, there is a publisher there is, first of all, there's the North American Jules Verne Society. They are they are finding people to translate a lot of Jules Verne works that aren't commonly published, translate them into English, and put them together in a book. And then a company called Bear Manor Fiction is publishing these beautiful volumes, and they're not super expensive either. I think this set me back like $25 or $20, something like that. This is a hardcover. It's not super thick, but it's got a number of Verne's early plays in it. It's 3 or 4. It's titled Scheherazade's Last Night. Oh, it's got more than that. It's got 1, 2. It's got 3 plays and a song from one of the plays in this book, as well as a lot of other material talking about the plays. It's a very, very good book, and it's a beautiful book. I love the cover of this. Very nicely done and well produced. Good, solid book. It's an excellent book, not too expensive, and this is brand new. I ordered it off the Bear Manor website. They've got a lot of stuff like this that they've already done of Jules Verne's work. And so if you really love Verne and you want to read these things that are not his commonly known novels, a lot of it is available. Like I say, Verne's first 2 plays are not currently available, but they might do it in the near future. So keep an eye on their website. They will have other Verne titles coming. But this one's available right now. You can buy Scheherazade's Last Night and other plays, and that'll have an Excursion at Sea, and you can read it and see for yourself, and not just take my word for it. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything great, and it's not like, I probably will never read it again. You know what I mean? Read it once, I wanted to read it, I enjoyed it, move on. Yeah, I've got a lot of other Verne to read. So this is the point where I say, I'm still trying to track down a lot of these really early plays. So this one's number 3 in my Verne bibliography, and numbers 4 through 10. At this time, I can't find them in an English translation that I can get a hold of. So I'm going to have to skip those for now. Hopefully the North American Jules Verne Society will release those through Bear Manor Press, and I'll be able to backtrack and cover them. But until they do, my next one is going to be number 11, jumping from number 3 all the way up to number 11, and it's a play called The Guimard, which I believe is the next one in this book. Yeah, it is, La Guimard. It's it's the last play in this book. 1002nd Night is the second one going in order through the book, but the Guimard is in this book, so I've already got it, and so I'll be reading it. That'll be my next work by Jules Verne. Have you, by some strange chance, ever read An Excursion at Sea? If so, leave your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me anything you know about this play that I don't know and haven't talked about here. And come on back for all the rest of the Jules Verne I do. Next is The Guimard, and lots more after that of Jules Verne and all the other videos we do here on Telltale Books.